So for today's video, we're going to go over the PlayStation 25th anniversary event happening next week and the PS5 possibly having a 128GB solid state drive. Let me know in the comments below what your first PlayStation console was. With the 25th anniversary right around the corner, I want to know what console got you guys playing on Sony's platform. So comment below what your first PlayStation console was. Let me know down in the comments below. Now, to jump into the first story, we've heard a lot of talk about the PS5's SSD from developers, stating how it's game-changing, and Mark Cerny himself stating that it's faster than any SSD on the market for PCs right now. To keep things simple, the fastest SSDs currently are PCIe 4.0 SSDs, so many thought Sony was going to do some custom work to make a PCIe 4.0 SSD faster in some way. Recent talk though is pointing to two things right now: Samsung making the PS5's SSD or Sony themselves making the PS5's SSD. So for the first part, Samsung. They held a conference this month where they showcased their SSD tech. In the conference, they talked about the speeds of regular hard drives, SATA-based SSDs, and non-volatile memory or NVMe SSDs. And in the slideshow, they had what looked to be a DualShock 4 and a PS4. Add to that Samsung saying their non-volatile memory SSDs will be coming to consumer gaming consoles in 2020. And as we know, both the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Scarlet are coming next year, so those things line up. And just when you thought everything made sense, Sony's semiconductor company has their own SSDs coming in 2020 called Crosspoint ReRAM SSDs. This was revealed at the 2019 Persistent Memory Summit. From looking at the slide displaying the ReRAM SSD specs, it looks to be PCIe 5.0 based, which is interesting but not really surprising, since from what I'm hearing 4.0 was delayed and everyone was expecting 5.0 within a year or so, so this makes sense. But looking at the read and write specs of the ReRAM SSD, they are ridiculous. We have the 128GB SSD clocking out at 25GB per second read and 9GB per second write. Take that in. While the 256GB SSD clocks out at double the read and write speeds with 51GB per second read and 19GB per second write. Comparing this to the current PCIe 4.0 based SSDs, read clocks out at about 5GB per second and write at about 4 to 4.5GB per second is what I'm currently hearing. Now, the downside to this is how expensive will Sony's SSD be, and since it comes in only 128 and 256GB, it seems, will that be the size of the SSD drive on the PlayStation 5? Mark Cerny did say that with SSDs, developers don't have to duplicate data to increase read speeds like they've done with previous generation consoles because of disk-based hard drives, meaning game sizes will become smaller next gen. But again, how much smaller will that really be? So let's see how this plays out. I personally see Sony going with a PCIe 4.0 based SSD tech to save costs, but again, I'm not the one making the console. I don't know how much they can save going with next gen. If they're producing their own, can they save money on that? I'm not the one behind the scenes, but I wanted to relay all this information to you guys. Now, jumping into the second story, the original PlayStation's 25th anniversary is happening next week, 3 days before my birthday, by the way. So as we know, the original PlayStation console launched in Japan on December 3rd, 1994, making this December 3rd its 25th anniversary. What is also going down on the same day is Sony's annual PlayStation Awards, but something is different this year. I've always told people nothing really happens at the PlayStation Awards. It's a Japanese event and they award PlayStation game sales, but what's different this year is that it's the 25th anniversary of the console, and not only that, Sony is live streaming it in English, which is interesting. Add to that the rumors of a PlayStation 5 event happening in early December, and you've got the internet interested. But honestly, for me, there are two sides to this story, two sides of thought. On one side, I think it's just Sony celebrating their 25th anniversary and they want to share that with everyone this year, and that's basically it. On the other hand, my brain thinks about how the PlayStation 5 is coming out next year, the rumors around a PS5 event happening in early December, and that it's a big milestone for PlayStation PlayStation next month, with it being the 25th anniversary, and I'm thinking some interesting things could happen. Regardless, I set my reminder on the YouTube page, or the PlayStation YouTube page, and I'm ready to see what Sony has in store for us on December 3rd. In the end, what do you guys think? Will Sony put their own SSD technology into the PS5, or will they use Samsung's SSD technology? Let me know down in the comments below, and if you did enjoy this video, please hit that like button as it always helps, and subscribe if you're new. I got new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and now I'll check you guys out on the next one. And welcome back to the after show. This is the part of the video where we have a little fun down in the comments below. If you're old, welcome back. If you're new, welcome. For today's thing, what I want you guys to do is to body, obliterate, destroy, and overall harass the comment section with "Just tell me the price," because we've heard of all of these PlayStation 5 reports, rumors, and so on and so forth, but I just need to know the price at this point so I can save up properly, Sony. So if you feel the same way, destroy the comment section with "Just tell me the price," and I'll definitely heart those comments like I always do, because I appreciate everybody who stays to the end of my videos. And now I'll check you guys out on the next one.